You're listening to the Confidence Shift podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Charles Gustafson. Each episode, I share lessons, stories, and personal musings from my life as an entrepreneur, wife, and mom, all aimed at helping you see yourself differently so you can live a life filled with more intention, joy, and success. I'm glad you're here. Let's jump in. Let's start by asking you this. What would you do, achieve, or create if you could explode your confidence? Pretty loaded question, right? Well, this is a teach I've been wanting to do for a long time. So right now, if you're a woman who's going through or into or coming out of a transition in your life, this teach is going to be for you. So let's start at the beginning. What's a transition? A transition is a change. It's a newness, and it could be in anything in your life, in work, career, or business. You could be stepping up, stepping down. It could be a new role, a new leader. You could be becoming a mother, maybe even a relationship change like becoming single. We as women go through 2 to 3 major transitions every single decade. And I know it can make you feel a little bit not like yourself. Just think about it. What was the last big shift, big change that you've gone through? Today, I want to share with you what I've learned helping women over all of my years, helping in confidence coaching as well as image coaching, which helps them explode their confidence into their next space after transition. I think we can all agree that personal confidence is essential to creating sustained happiness, and that it doesn't matter what your definition of success is, that is true. And we also know that there's a lot out there talking about confidence, about how to be authentic and be yourself and get your life and own your choices. And you probably have a lot of books. It's in book after book. It's in inspo post after inspo post. And it feels really good to read them and maybe even to repost them. But what you may have noticed is that none of those really get you what you're looking for on a lasting basis. They tend to be a temporary boost. And temporary boosts may last for, 10 minutes when you need them. That day you needed to muster the best of yourself for an interview or for a speech or for the big meeting. But somehow you still feel like you're needing another pick-me-up and another pick-me-up and another pick-me-up. This is a bigger deal than you think, because what you may not know is that up and down, that's the thing that creates compromised confidence. It's the thing that procrastination and stagnation and the ability to finish what you desire hangs on. And what you need to know is that confidence comes from finishing. And I've said it a million times. It's one of the things I live by and I teach my clients is you got to finish. But if you can't finish, then you can't really feel that sustained feeling of confidence in yourself. So that up and down of not finishing really bleeds into everything. If you've noticed, it bleeds into how you take up opportunities, if you take them up, if you put your name in the ring, how you parent, how you're a partner to your loved ones, how you're an example to others. It bleeds into everything. And all of those, that bleeding, affects how you feel happy and joyful in your life. It's just one big snowball effect. And if you felt it, you know exactly what I mean. So today, in this teach, I want to give you what I've discovered over my 20 years working with women, watching them go through these transitions, and the ones who successfully come out have new personal power and are able to turn on the engine to their dreams. They have some things in common. I want to share with you the truth about why you feel you've lost your confidence, the 3 fundamental secrets to getting them back, and the number 1 skill you need to develop it to make it permanent. I mean, permanent confidence? Okay, so let's start where you may be feeling. Have you ever thought to yourself or caught yourself saying, I've lost my confidence? Geez, I think we all have, even me. But here's what you need to know. You're wrong. It's not lost. Confidence is a sureness of self in your ability to do something. So if you had it at one point, You had sureness in an ability. You still have it. You still own the ability. But here's the shift. Your confidence is not lost. It's simply undefined. Mm. Undefined confidence feels fuzzy, right? Like overwhelm, like procrastination, like going in circles, maybe not knowing which way to go. Maybe it feels like the world is pressing down on you, like everybody is asking from you. Sometimes maybe it feels like being a doormat, or for some, it feels like just being stuck and not knowing how to get out. How many of those did I get right for you? Because it's a thing. And when confidence is undefined in one area, that frustration bleeds into all areas of your life. If you're frustrated as a mother, it bleeds into how you run your business. If you're frustrated in your marriage, it bleeds into how you do your work. So the truth about losing your confidence is, congratulations, you haven't. It's that you need to define and maybe redefine it. That's where women get stuck is, okay, great. How do I redefine it? Well, let me share 3 fundamentals that must happen before you can define new confidence. After transition, after you're in this moment where you feel stuck. Number 1, you got to move from knowing to doing. How many times have you heard it? Just fake it till you make it. I mean, listen, we see it on social media. We've seen it, even from some of the bigs. You consume all of that feeling from the outside. You post it and maybe it'll become true. If I just fake what I feel like I'm supposed to do, it'll come true. If I'm just inspired and I fake it, then it'll come true. The problem is that inspiration is just awareness first. And inspiration is not focused on action. To create new action is really where you get the upside, the change in your life. And without a defined process, inspiration just remains inspiration. Think of all the books you've read. Think of the people you've listened to. Think of the posts you've liked. Now think of the times you have gotten very confident at something. Like, I mean, awesome. And at lightning speed. Was it focused on just knowing and faking it? Or was it focused on doing something with focused action? Now think about the last inspirational quote you love. If you can't attach a tool or a process that helps you execute that thing every day, you can't become confident with that inspiration alone. There must be a time when inspiration turns to action in a direction that is guided and that is focused, and better yet, where you have a guide and a process. So fundamental number 1 that needs to shift in your life for new confidence to become permanent is move from knowing to doing. Okay, number 2, switch your focus to assertiveness. What do I mean by that? One of the very first things I hear from women in my image or confidence coaching is I don't want to be intimidating or aggressive or arrogant, come across as arrogant with my confidence. Listen, confidence is not arrogance, but it somehow gets associated depending on the beliefs you believe about who you see as confident. They sometimes get associated together about being pushy. And so what happens is if you have that association, you start to shrink away from it. And shrinking looks like putting your own ideas down or putting them aside. Maybe you're concerned about how you'll look if you voice them. It means not vocalizing your opinion, or you have a fear about vocalizing them. Maybe it's not having clear boundaries and being able to express them, which makes it that you are imposed upon by others. Maybe it's not being able to accept praise. Huge deal. These leave you feeling burnt out, exhausted, end of your rope, annoyed, pulled in all directions, and overwhelmed. You start to not do anything well. It's that bleeding effect again, when you don't have assertiveness in your life. Assertiveness is different than arrogance. It doesn't come from a place of controlling or intimidating anyone or fear or aggression. It comes from the inside. It's the ability for you to know and communicate your needs and wants while being detached from the judgment of others. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? When was the last time that happened? And assertiveness happens when two important things are defined. First thing is that you know your anchoring values for your life, and you have a way to craft a boundary around them that is in line with those values. Okay? The second is that you have a way to understand the types of relationships that are in your life, the which ones that are supportive and which ones that aren't. You probably have heard this, but did you know that you become like the 5 people you hang around? Think about that. If they don't share your values or they don't see your value, I bet it's really tough to have a relationship with that person. So, fundamental number 2 that needs to be there in your life for new confidence to become permanent is switch your focus to building assertiveness. Number 3, my favorite, is to commit to a confidence strategy. Listen, when we want to change something in our lives, we want to look for a new way. If you want to lose weight or you want to get healthy, we look for a program to create habits. If you want to learn a new skill or get a certification, we look for a program that helps you develop those skills and practice them. Why would building and maintaining your confidence be any different? It's not. I've coached hundreds, thousands of women, mentored them, mentored girls, and I've had my own mentors. I've spent money having mentors, coaching and certifications in my whole lifetime, and I've found it's not different. What you think you should know about growing your confidence, you may not even know you don't even know. So you got to figure out how to know it, and that comes with strategy. After all the years of working with women and watching their success, a successful confidence strategy is like a table. And anyone who knows me knows I love analogies. Think of a table with 4 legs and see if you've got these solid 4 legs to stand on in a process to build your confidence today. Because sustainable confidence and growing it comes when all 4 of these legs are on, strong, and balanced so that life doesn't feel so wobbly. First of all, think about the tabletop. Your tabletop is your contentment, your joy, and your ability to create success in your life. It doesn't matter if you have fear. We all do. It just means that you trust yourself enough to come through it. That's your tabletop. The first leg is about self, knowing and owning your gifts, talents, virtues, and values, knowing what they are and feeling them. Without it, you feel lost. The second is meaning and knowing that your contribution to the world is important. Without that, you feel like you have lack of purpose. Why am I here? The third leg is about boundaries, about crafting them to keep you safe, yourself safe, and your definition of success protected. Without it, you feel burdened by people pleasing. And the last one is about supportive connections and having a framework that supports yourself, your meaning, and your boundaries. Without it, you end up inviting the wrong people into your life. And then you gotta polish the tabletop daily by doing those 4 things and having a process for them. This is a confidence strategy, gals. Of all the women I have found and helped find themselves, love their careers, grow their businesses, complete dreams, write books, stand on stages, anything they define as success, these are the legs in their life that they put and keep in balance. Do you have them? And do you have a process to keep them strong? Fundamental 3. Keeping fundamental 3 in line is important. Commit to a defined and balanced confidence building strategy. These are the 3 fundamentals, but they don't go into practice until you learn and use the number 1 skill I promise to teach you. The number 1 skill, remember, a skill is something you know how to do confidently. The number 1 skill you need to develop to make confidence permanent, can you guess? Well, I'll tell you. It's decisiveness. It's the ability to make a decision, the ability to choose yourself first, The ability to see urgency in making a new choice and then doing it, following through. Confidence building is about consistently being decisive, even if it seems selfish sometimes, because you know that when you change your perspective, everything else around you changes. Being decisive requires you to be committed to your future, urgent about getting your results, and ready to learn something new that will serve both of those things. Without decisiveness, you go back into the old ways, into the stop start, read but don't do, overwhelmed, frustrated, all of that same cycle. And you've probably seen it in your life before. All of those are the opposite of confidence. So today you learned a few things. The truth about why you feel you've lost your confidence, the 3 fundamental secrets to getting it back, and the number 1 skill you need to develop to make it permanent. This is everything I've learned, and I'm telling you, they all go together. If you know right now you've got big things coming, a big transition, a new business, a new role, or if you simply know you need a refresh to get out of a funk or just get out of the space you're in right now, but don't know how to get out, if I've taught you about what it takes to create the kind of confidence that changes your entire life, your perspective about your relationships, your work, and your meaning, if it hits home, if you don't have an immediate way to begin a confidence renewing practice that includes all the elements I told you today that I know ensure success, then I have something for you. Are you excited? It's magic. Magic confidence. It's the way I refresh myself, even after a bout of depression. It's a piece of what I teach my advanced mentorship clients who dive deep into confidence mindset with me. It's simple, efficient, because that's what I love, and it works. And in under 1 month, you'll know and be practicing a way to renew your confidence every single day, no matter what your role, your dream, or your situation. Then you can use that confidence for whatever comes next for you, for whatever you dream. Wouldn't that be nice? Explore it. I can't promise that it'll be available forever at this price forever. So if something is calling to you, be decisive. Choose yourself first. What really do you have to lose? But you have everything to gain. Click through, and I'll watch for you on the other side. Check it out, humanstyle.com/magic confidence. Magic confidence is perfect to start your personal growth journey in this way, especially if you don't know where to start. It's meant to show you how to take care of your confidence as a foundational, essential ingredient for your success. Check it out, humanstyle.com/magic confidence, and explore more. Just imagine what it would feel like to not only shift your confidence, but to start to own the impact you can make by just being you, and had a way to keep the motivation to pursue it, no matter what your role. Check it out, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.